these guys don't slow down. And I can only assume that Up From the Bottom is a straggler from the From Zero recording sessions. Interesting decision that they've made here, but keeps the momentum going, I'm sure. That and all the wonderful live recordings they're putting out on the channel, which there will be more reviews from me coming on those. Just having a little trouble keeping up. Let's see what this new song brings us. Cue catchy piano riff. I have a favorite steak place that I like to go to, and I get nearly the same thing every time I go, but I like going often, and I intentionally get nearly the same thing because that's what I've come to expect from this place. And I feel very much about Lincoln Park this way. They are my favorite steak place. It's just been so cool to have this familiar experience brought back after all these years. With Emily fronting it, it's a great feeling. It's a great feeling.
Inside it feels like I'm barely breathing. Feels like air's running out. Inside I'm stuck here staring at a ceiling.
The word stuck just shows how wonderfully mastered her vocal compression, her vocal distortion is, and that she can turn it on so suddenly. Listen to Stuck.
Feels like air's running out. Inside I'm stuck here staring at a
Inside and stuck. She has this wonderful way of gradually easing into these distorted moments. And you hear her do this live, too. This isn't something she has to do over and over again to get right. This is built into her ebb and flow as a vocalist. Inside and stuck here. Bringing it up, pulling it back.
ceiling. You put up to keep me down, 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 down.
Waking up without a name, opened up my eyes, knowing nothing is the same. Circling around a drain, as I realize that there's no one else to blame.
Since the isolated vocals came out for the rest of the album, I've been paying much more attention to the artistry of vocal effects on both of these vocalists. And listen to what happens with Mike right here. This is cool.
Waking up without a name, opened up my eyes, knowing nothing is the same. Circling around a drain.
You know, this interesting delay, but there's a delay on the delay, and then there's this EQ and modulation thing happening on the delay. So it sort of floats away like a balloon.
As I realize that there's no one else to blame.
You keep me waiting down here, so far below, staring up from the bottom, up from the bottom. I try escaping, but there's nowhere to go. Staring up from the bottom, up from the bottom.
Listen to the chorus again.
Circling around a drain, as I realize that there's no one else to blame.
You keep me waiting down here, so far below, staring up from the bottom, up from the bottom. I try escaping, but then
I always like arrangements like that, where the lead vocal performance crossfades with the lead vocal performance. I realize you have to adapt that live, but there's several times throughout the years where I feel like the energy of a song has been drastically improved by that moment happening. In Fell on Black Days after the bridge, there's one of those things. And it creates this shivery moment because it's like the lead vocalist is watching the lead vocalist and then tag teaming with the lead vocalist and then continuing the momentum. I like that exit too. Slide up and then sigh out. There's that discretionary distortion brought in at just the right moments again on Knife.
Hold my breath until I'm blue. Feels like a knife pushed deep inside a socket.
It sounds like she's pushing herself beyond her limits, but she's not. She's actually dialing back as she adds a bit more support, compressing the sound as she's getting more volatile, not necessarily more aggressive.
Bristling, listening to you.
You can really hear it on Bristling. Bristling, listening to you. No. But if we get more volatile on Bristling, bristling, and then compress into that volatility, compressing meaning add a constriction as high in the throat as possible, like you're lifting something. But we get volatile first. Bristling, 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 listening to you. That's why it doesn't come across as like, bristling. It's not that. It's this sort of like, because a lot of the times we feel more like, than we do,
Waking up without a name, opening my eyes, knowing nothing's gonna change. Circling around a drain, as I realize that there's no one else to blame.
You keep me waiting down here, so far below, staring up from the bottom. Try escaping, but
love the doubled harmonies by Mike there.
down here, so far below, staring up from the bottom. Try escaping, but there's
If you'd like help capitalizing on the vulnerability and volatility in your own voice, it doesn't have to be an obstacle. It can be an advantage for you as someone who wants to truly express with your voice. If you'd like to learn how to do that safely and effectively, click the link below in the pinned comment or video description and join my free singing course. I'll help you pull things out of your voice that you never knew were there. Things you thought were problems will actually be some of your greatest assets.
nowhere to go, staring up from the bottom. From the bottom.
Everybody out, that devil is coming.
Did Mike just hand Emily the guitar?
Everybody out, that devil is coming.
Yes.
Poison on his lips and his words mean nothing. Cold like a mountaintop, father never loved him. Mama said he's bad enough times that it's sunk in. Everybody out, that devil is coming. Promise you the world, but he's always bluffing.
I bet this is going to be a really neat thing that they do live with this song, because if you listen to the arrangement, there's no guitar right here. And you saw the guitars in the air and stuff like that. This is going to be fun to experience what they do here live if they've handed Emily the guitar mid-song.
And his words mean nothing. Cold like a mountaintop, father never loved him. Mama said he's bad enough times that it's sunk in. Everybody out, that devil is coming. Promise you the world, but he's always bluffing. Before you even know it's a trap you're stuck in. He's got
I like the vocoder stuff going on behind Mike's rap. And this is a nice flow for Mike. I like this one.
like a ghost already off running.
Yeah! Yes, he has passed the guitar baton.
Waiting down here, so far below, staring up from the bottom, up from the bottom. I tried escaping, but there's no
That was a neat production choice. Listen to how the vocals, like everything happening with the vocals, the doubles and everything are going right here in the center.
way. So far below, staring up from the bottom,
And the piano.
up from the bottom. I tried escaping,
Yeah.
no way.
That is a pro mixing tip right there, if you ever needed one.
Waiting down here, so far below, staring up from the bottom, up from the bottom. I tried escaping, but there's nowhere to go. Staring up from the bottom, gotta get out of here. Up from the bottom,
Emily also has a wonderful way of building melodies and hitting notes, leaning into them in a way that makes you want what she hasn't given you yet. And then when you finally get it, you're like, oh, thank you. Thank you. And this last note, the way she articulates around this melody is exactly one of those moments. And, Chester used to do this really well. Lots of great vocalists throughout history, they know how to do this. It's not just about the melody. It's about how they iterate on the melody as the song goes along. And then they give you certain notes, these money notes that they phrase, they distort, they give a certain energy to. Listen here at the end. And the way the note is not just sung and performed, but crafted in the production. We got the harmonies, we got the octave, gotta get out of here, lower stuff, and then we've got her doubling herself on a very broken up, what we now have come to notice as a classic pitch scream or voice scream from Emily. So broken on some of the tracks. There's plenty of her clean in there too. We're creating a climactic moment out of a note that isn't in the melody, but that she's using as a high point of the song and of the arrangement. This is one of those things, if we're going back to the steakhouse analogy, that this is why we love this band and why they keep releasing banger songs, hit after hit, memorable earworms that are like stuff that they've done in key ways, but also different enough intentionally and creatively and expansive enough that it keeps us wanting more. Why was it left off of From Zero initially? Why was Lost left off of Meteora initially? Flow thing, right? When you're trying to listen to the album from the top to the bottom, be sure to check out all the other new Linkin Park videos that I do right here in this playlist. And again, if you would like help working with your own voice to unlock all sorts of new sounds and sensations in a judgment-free and freeing way, click the link below in the pinned comment or video description and join my free course. We'll see you for more.